Shalom Israel, Shalom. It's your brother Isaiah back with another video. Want to begin this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Mashiach, Yahushua. All praises due. Let me turn off this light, y'all. Yeah, y'all can still see me. Okay, good. So today's video wanted to break down 2Esdras chapter 13. This is a little bit of a lengthy passage, so we're going to try to get through it short amount of time as possible. But let's see where it goes. This is 2Esdras chapter 13, starting at verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heavens to subdue that man that came out of the sea. So really just think about what Esdras is seeing right now. This is Yahushua. You know, as we continue reading, you're going to see that the Most High shows him that this is Yahushua, that this man, you know, that he's seeing coming out of the sea, and all these multitude of men from the four winds of the heaven, all the nations gathered together against him. But we're going to continue reading though. Verse 6, but beheld, and lo, he had graved up himself a great mountain, flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they were which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst to fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Afterwards saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked, and I said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. So, yeah, Esdras had a dream about basically the end days. The end days. He couldn't make out what was happening in the dream, and what kind of clues the Most High was trying to send him. So he had to ask the Most High himself, like, what are you trying to show me? You know, because this shit is fucking frightening. You know, so Most High is he's a great power, man. Power above all. So yeah, like, it's when the Most High shows you something, man, he's gonna show you in great detail of shit, man. And you may not understand it right away, That's why you got to call on him for that understanding, as many of the prophets have, um, throughout the entire Bible. So just think about it, man. It's talking about the end days, what we're in right now. Uh, let's continue reading though. Verse 16. For as I conceive in my understanding, woe unto them that should be left in those days, and much more, woe unto them that are not left behind. For they that were not left were in heaviness. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them, and to those that are left behind. Salakia. Make sure I ain't got no precepts for this yet. Okay, not till verse 24. Okay. Let's read verse 18 again. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them, and to those that are left behind. So there's going to be those that are left behind. Us, the remnant, the 1/3. Most High said he's going to bring the third part through the fire. Zechariah 13 and 9. And if you read, going back up to Salat. Yeah, verse 16, for as I conceive in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. Yeah, man, so if you ain't a part of this remnant, man, 1/3 that's being brought through the fire, you're fucked. You're fucked. We're gonna see a lot of shit, but I mean, Most High's gonna douse us with that spiritual power. We don't know exactly when. He could, I mean, the Most High, he does a great work. Going back to Habakkuk 1 and 5, it's where he was telling Habakkuk, for I will work a work in your days which you would not believe, though it be told to you. That's that spiritual power, man. And it's coming. It is coming, y'all. And we are blessed to be a part of the remnant. We're going to see a lot of shit. That's why he was saying, woe unto them that are not left behind. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of shit, but it's ultimately for rulership, for subduing these nations, and waiting on Yahushua to come back. So, yeah. I mean, if you get caught up in this tribulation, man, especially if you're a 2/3, the Most High's not going to let you just go out easy, bro. He's not. So, you have a very hard, painful ass death on this side, man. While the 1/3, we're going to be seeing a lot of shit, but we ain't going to die. We ain't going to die, man. 1/3, 144. 144 is going to be fucking shit up with that spiritual power. Protecting the 1/3 or Aquath, or children. We're going to be all they got in these times coming up, man. All they got. Let's go to verse 19. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these James declare. Yet is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world. I'll read that part again. It says, yet is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world. So he's basically saying, like, it's going to be very easy for somebody to be put in danger in these times coming up than to just, for the Most High to take them out before, just like that, in an instant. You're going to be put in the midst of danger. If you are not the 144, if you are not the elect, your ass is fucked. Your ass is fucked, man. Once this society completely collapses, man, and it's collapsing, bro. And that's why I say completely collapses. Because once it completely collapses, once they say, you can't eat, you can't do this, you can't do that, all hell's gonna break loose, man. All hell's gonna break loose. We're gonna get that spiritual power, and we're gonna fuck these niggas up, man. Because they're not owning up to that Title 50 appendix. These niggas want to put the booyah on that shit, change the whole fucking system because they're fucking bankrupt. They some damn devils, man. They some goddamn devils. They ain't gonna get away with it through the spirit and power. How about Shimmy Shah? They ain't getting away with it, man. That's why we gotta get turned up, so they don't get away with this shit. Because if we didn't get turned up, they get away with it. And then that make the Most High's word in effect, and we know that's not gonna be the case. That's not gonna be the case. Whatever his word has decreed, it will follow through in due time. In due time. And through the second part of 20, it says, and not to see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered, and not to see the things that happened in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou is required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in the time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. Know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. Most High was telling them, those that are left behind in those days, those scary ass, dreams I was showing you in the visions, they're more blessed than those who are gonna fucking die. Cause we're the 1/3. We're the elect. We're not appointed to wrath. And this is what Most High was trying to show, or trying to tell Esdras. I do got a precept. There's so many you could bring out, but I did find this one in Isaiah. It's Isaiah chapter 10. Yeah, I'm going to read. And I believe this particular passage is talking about, I believe, like the Assyrians or something like that. But anytime you see in the scriptures about a remnant, because the Most High always keeps a remnant, it can pertain to this time too, because he's going to do the exact same thing. So, yeah, just wanted to, keep that nugget in y'all's head. I'm pretty sure this is talking about the last days. No, if you do go down to verse 24, it says, be not afraid of the Assyrian. So, but the remnant is, you can apply it to this time as well, because he's going to save a remnant again. But this is Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, and in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption declared shall overflow with righteousness. Most High always saves a remnant, man. He did it in the days of Noah. He's going to do it again. Once this great tribulation kicks off, man, and it's going to be nothing like we've seen. This is why it's very important that we meditate on this word daily. I was meditating on this last night. It just hit me, man. It's like shit. And we are in a new mode, y'all. In a new mode. Transcendence. That's the mode we're in. We're in hunter-killer mode now. And the motto is transcendence. Salak. Salak. This is verse 25. This is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea. The same is he who the power of the highest hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. Whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of a wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. How do we know he's going to deliver us? Through that spiritual power mentioned in Zechariah chapter 12. You know, um, and Salak. Well, the Zechariah chapter 12 is going into us beating in pieces anybody that comes against us. Micah 4 and 13. You got 1 Corinthians 15, 50 through 54. Like I said, I would go to these precepts, but I am on a time because I gotta get to work soon. Um, those are some precepts that I'm just throwing out to y'all guys. Yeah. Let's read verse 29 again. It says, Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. Ye shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. I'm about to get a precept for this verse. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Let's get this. Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Yeah. This is what the Most High is doing, man. He's going to put the spirit on these fucking heathens to go against each other, man. Really cause society to fall, you know? Go have, family go against one another. It's going to be those perverse spirits that are really, really out here once this time comes, man. But they're not going to be on us. They're going to be on everybody else because the curses are going to be lifted. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Let's hit that real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So, the curses are lifting right now. They just haven't fully lifted yet. You know, we still got that yoke on us. But once it's broken, man, when we get that spiritual power, that's it. We'll never be under the curses again. These heathens have eternal damnation through slavery and just hardcore bondage for good. They're not. These nations are going to be in subjection under Yahweh by Shem Yahushua for good, man. Because we're never going to go off from them again. You know, the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, he will put, his law in our hearts, and that we will never turn away from him again. So that's the case now through Yahushua. That came to pass. So we're just waiting on that physical change for us men. Once everything goes down, man, it's gonna be our job to judge these other nations because they don't know how to live righteously. They're fucking heathens. They're dogs. They're dogs, bro. They don't know how to live righteously. They don't, because they don't come from the Most High. We do. We know how to live righteously. This word is connected. We are connected to the Most High through His word, but they aren't. They try to change shit around and try to flip shit around on us. They're some fucking liars. So we gotta put their ass in check. Big check. And it's coming, man. It's coming. Verse 32. Verse 32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the things shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. Yahushua. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of Mount Zion. I'm going to get a precept, verse 34. This is Revelations chapter 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So, yeah, these other nations are going to try to fight Yahushua when he gets back. Why? Because he's the reason that this whole fucking shit is going on. He's about to subdue this world under him, man. His kingdom is about to be set up. We're going to be joint heirs with him, you know. Most High is, you know, he's not going to have a kingdom all to himself now. We know that. But I just would like to make that point. But he's not going to have a kingdom all to himself. But these other nations are going to be like, yeah, this is the reason all this shit is happening. All these fucking tribulation and shit like that. Let's try to do what we can, because we got nothing to lose. They got nothing to lose. So they're going to try to fight him. But they're going to get fucked up. They're going to get fucked up. He's not the lamb anymore. He's not the lamb. He's the lion. Isaiah 63 and 1, I think through like verse 3 is where it talks about his garments are going to be sprinkled with blood. It's going to be fucking them up, man. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance, man. They don't. Going to verse 36. And Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto me. He's going to destroy them like it's nothing, man. Like it's absolutely nothing. It's going to be like a flick. It ain't going to be nothing to Yahushua to fuck all these niggas up, man. He's got that power from the Father, that glory, that spiritual power, man. I can only imagine what his chariot's gonna look like. Niggas are gonna. I can only imagine just looking up and not being a part of the 1/3, seeing a big ass chariot, being one of those heathens. All praises I'm not, but being one of those heathens, seeing a big ass chariot, I'd fucking shit myself. And that's what the scriptures say. They're going to shit themselves when Yahushua comes back, man. And really, before he even comes back. But it's going to be bad, man. It's going to be bad. This is why we just got to prepare our mind for the times coming, man. Because it's going to be all out war. All out war. All out war. It's going to be fun fucking them up. But we're just going to see a lot of shit. And we just have to prepare for that. Spiritually, we just have to prepare for that, because a lot of us haven't been to war. I mean, that's why he's going to endow us with that spiritual power, but a lot of us haven't been to war in this lifetime. You know, some ox have, like General, he has. I'm not sure what other ox have, but, you know, a lot of ox haven't been to war like that. Or haven't been to war at all. So we just gotta prepare spiritually. You know, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be untouchable. We're gonna be indestructible. But we're just gonna see a lot of shit, man. And it's gonna be for a prolonged period of time, man. Like shit is probably not gonna ease the fuck up until Yahushua comes back, and then does what he needs to do, and then we get taken back to Israel. You know, But we're gonna see a lot of fucking death, violence, calamity. It's gonna be fucking chaos, day and night. So we just gotta prepare ourselves for that. And then this is verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which are carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. They entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Asareth. Then dwelt they there unto the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they might go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace, but those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders. Now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. It says, "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the power, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem." How is he going to do that? Through that spiritual power. You know? And, of course, everything else is going on. The famine, shit like that. Like, shit is going to get fucking crazy, man. That's why we just got to prepare spiritually each and every single day. Meditating on this word. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 4, verse 5. "And the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, upon her assemblies, a cloud and a smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a defense." We're going to have chariots around us, man. We're going to have chariots around us. They ain't going to fuck with us. The chariots are out now, but watch how in favor we're going to be in that day when we got a big-ass so-called UFO just hovering around us, man. We're going to be untouchable. A chariot with that spirit, a man with spiritual power, it's game over for these nations, man. They don't stand a chance. They don't. This is 2Esdras chapter 13. Let's continue reading. Verse 50. "And then shall he show them great wonders. Then said I, O Lord, that bearest rule, show me this. Wherefore have I seen the man coming up from the midst of the sea? And he said unto me, like as thou canst not neither seek out nor know the things that are in the deep of the sea, even so can no man upon the earth see my son, or those that be with him, but in the daytime. This is the interpretation of the dream which thou sawest, and whereby thou only art lightened. For thou hast forsaken thine own way, and applied thy diligence unto my law, and sought it. Thy life hast thou ordered in wisdom, and hast called understanding thy mother." That's what we do, man. We seek the Most High. And, for certain prophets that he set up, he showed them things, or showed them certain things like Esdras, Zechariah, like many of the prophets, these latter days, because it's going to be a time that nobody's ever seen before. So this is why it had to be written, decreed, and for us to, spiritually prepare ourselves for. And we are blessed to be a part of this, man. Most High chose us to be a part of this. We just got to praise his name every single day, man. That this wisdom and understanding has been unlocked. It's been unlocked in our spirits. We've been revived. And we're just waiting on that physical change, man, to get out of these fleshly ass bodies. And therefore have I showed thee the treasure of the highest. After other 3 days I will speak other things unto thee, and declare unto thee mighty and wondrous works, or mighty and wondrous things. Then went I forth into the field, giving praise and thanks greatly unto the Most High, because of his wonders which he did in time, and because he governeth the same in such things as fall in their seasons. And there I sat 3 days. So, yeah, Ox, that was the breakdown. 2Esdras chapter 13. Um, we're at the 30-minute mark, so you know what time it is. Lord willing, you guys were edified, man. Just want to end this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahushua. All praises due. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.